Hello everyone, welcome back. We're doing things a little bit different. If you have not seen my community post, my stupid butt decided he was going to stream without realizing that my mic never connected. And since I'm still learning, I'm just going to take that as a way to avoid it in the future. I don't know. Sorry. We're just gonna keep the spirit of things. I don't have a script or anything. I'm just gonna kind of talk over this week's uploads, and we'll go from there. Yeah. So like I said, we'll keep the spirit of it alive. You know, yeah, I don't have a script during streams either, so. We had some goals for this last stream, for what to do in the game. It was essentially, we were going to use JimmyJ here to go ahead and get the 2 bosses in Mount Infinity. Then we were going to train him up the best we could to essentially get his stats high to pass on to the next generation, because to get the other recruit, we had to have a virus type. So unfortunately, that kind of means JimmyJ here needed to die. But I wasn't going to let him die in battle, even though that would allow him to go to Valhalla or whatever. He was going to at least live a nice long life. And he earned it, honestly. I mean, he got us a bunch of the last things we needed, and he was really solid. I mean, I don't know what else to say. JimmyJ is a real one. We've Bob, Fred, now JimmyJ. We've been real lucky with our Digimon partners, honestly. So I apologize if what I talk about may not have anything to do with the gameplay all the time. So let me know how you like this format. I mean, this is also something I could do instead going forward. I don't think it'd be that difficult. I could just play some of Digimon World 1's soundtracks in the background while I talk. Mute the game audio and the stream audio. In the future as well, I kind of tested it with, I think it was my first video on the Ikit Claw campaign, where I might start cutting down the fat, especially on games like Total War. Definitely want to do that. A lot of dead air, a lot of ums and oohs, and trying to decide what to do while playing. I really struggle with multitasking if one of the tasks includes talking. I don't know why. It's just how my brain's wired. I'm trying to train myself to get better about it, so you'll just have to bear with me. I still, to this day, do not know how to get past these 3 frickers. Like, Jesus. Let me just go past without fighting. Another thing JimmyJ has done for us is he's helped us get most of the battle techniques. And that's awesome, because the more techniques you have, the easier it is to get Digimon, because you'll start automatically meeting the bonus criteria, which is always nice. Then you don't have to worry about, like, oh, you have to have a Biomon or to get Burgermon for bonus criteria or whatever, you know. Now, I've had some people in my shorts maybe make the same mistake I did, so I'll also use this time to maybe give you some tips on how to raise Digimon while we are struggling against these 2 Vermillion. I don't even know if they're classified as ultimates in this game, but they are technically ultimates. So, To meet all the requirements to Digivolve, you have to meet 3 of 4 categories. The categories are stats, weight, care mistakes, and bonus. Oh, I have horrible timing on that finishers. So in order to meet the stats requirement, you actually have to get every stat to the requirement. So if you need offense at 100 and HP to 1000, you have to have both of those, or else it won't count any of the stats. Weight, it used to be thought that you had to have an exact weight, but you actually have to have within 5 of either. Either way. So like if you're this, if the requirement is, let's say, 20, then you could have anywhere between 15 and 25. Care mistakes, pretty straightforward. What counts as a care mistake is... sorry, I'm having the biggest brain fart. Not feeding them before the feed bubble goes away. Not letting them sleep before the sleep bubble goes away, or it forces you to sleep. I'm not sure, I've never done that. Or letting them poop on the ground. Those are the only 3 things, per what data miners have found, that count as care mistakes. Letting them get tired to the point where they get the little teardrop bubble does not count, and that is commonly believed to count before all the data mining got the exact things. Ooh, nice. You are awesome. Let's see. And then bonus criteria, you only have to meet 1 of them. So like if it's have happiness at 50 or more, or have this many techniques, one of them will always be number of techniques. If you meet either one, it counts as the bonus. Having both does not give you 2 requirements met, you know. So that when I say category, like 3 of 4 categories in my shorts and stuff, that's what I mean. You have to have all the stats, then you have to have weight or care mistakes, or one of the bonus criteria. But yeah. It's usually easier to get an ultimate by going with everything except the stats, because the stats can get pretty ridiculous. Otherwise, you're just going to be training your Digimon most of the time, right? Like, you're not going to do much with your champion. Which, at least 2 of the ultimates require you to battle 0 times for bonus criteria. So, if you're going for one of those, which is Hercules, Kabuterimon, and Phoenixmon, I don't know if one of the others requires the same thing. Then actually it's good to just train, and you might go for the stat requirements then. But I think Hercules Kabuterimon has something ridiculous like HP or MP at 7,000. Like, good luck. But yeah, so we are currently bringing JimmyJ up to fight the last 2 bosses in Mount Infinity. I'm not going to spoil who they are in case you haven't got this far in the past. I do like to keep the bosses and stuff spoiler free until we get there in the game. Oh, I just now realized JimmyJ does not like Mount Infinity. We got real lucky he didn't get sick in here. I may spoil how to get Digimon, like what I mean is like how to Digivolve into them, but I try not to spoil what we're Digivolving into, like what I'm shooting for, or the recruitables. I don't know if that's what you guys prefer or not, but I was just trying to be considerate, you know? I know the game is almost 30 years old, but it doesn't cost you anything extra to be respectful about people not wanting to be spoiled. So here we got some Pidomons. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've ever heard this Digimon's name said out loud. So I honestly don't know how to pronounce it. I kind of made a joke in the How to Get Sealamon uh, short that I released today. That I didn't know how to pronounce Sealamon. It's I'm pretty sure it's Sealamon, like, since it's based off of Coelacanth. I just felt like being a silly little goober and making a joke. So, I do believe the official pronunciation of Sealamon is Sealamon, not Coelamon, not, I forget the other way I pronounced it in there. But, oh, Jimmy J, you are just really, confusion really got you. Yeah, I forgot to bring protections in here, and I was paying for it. What protection does is you use it at the start of the fight, and then you just can't get status afflictions, right? Like, you can't get poisoned, stunned, confused, or flat, which is when you get turned into the little spring. Oh, yeah, this heart had to go for days before it finally landed. Oh, that's funny. Some ultimates in this game are made better than others. I'm just gonna say that. I'm looking at you, Giromon. That's another one. I'm sure I've heard it pronounced, that one at least, but I don't remember. I just do my best, guys. I just do my best on the pronunciations. But yeah, let's see. Hopefully you all had a good weekend. Me and my friends and my sister went up to a convention. We had fun. It might actually be kind of good that I messed up the mic, because I was so low energy during this stream. Like, I was trying. You guys couldn't hear me, obviously, but I was on the struggle bus because I was just exhausted from spending 10 to 12 or more hours walking around all day. It was totally worth it. Got to meet a lot of cool voice actors, got their signatures, found some cool Digimon art. I'll have to... As I grow, I plan to add like a Discord or something, or maybe I'll give Blue Sky a try. I don't want to go Instagram or X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I don't like those platforms, but I haven't tried Blue Sky before, so I might try that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you watch this. I know there's quite a few episodes before it, and not many people are probably going to get to this episode in time to give me solid feedback, but I still want to know, right? Like, I'm fortunately still small enough that I can really pay attention and respond to each comment, even if they're a couple weeks old or a couple... The video they comment on is a couple weeks old or whatever. But yeah, I'm just trying to put feelers out, try and figure out where people would like to conglomerate as a community, give me feedback, make requests on what Digimon game to play next. I do have the one after this picked out, once we complete Digimon World 1. But after that one, I'm just going to go with what people kind of let me know. With one exception, I will not play Digimon World 4 on stream or make videos on it. That game is terrible, much more fun to play with friends, and so I'm using... It's terrible, but I love it, weirdly enough. So that's a Nilworth game. That's a game that I'm keeping for me. I've never played Digimon World 2, so that could always be an option after this next game that I have planned after Digimon World 1. Digimon World 3, I own that one as well. Dawn Dusk. DS I've also never played, but the one that came before Dawn and Dusk. I haven't played a lot of the Japan exclusives like Recode, or there was another one. Oh, I think it was the Adventure one. that you play through, like, story beats of the adventure. The I think it was 1999 was when Adventure came out, maybe 2000s. But you play as the Digi-Destin, Tide, Matt, TK, all that. So I haven't played a translation of that either. By the way, I did not realize Ice Statue could miss or that it kept going. I thought it was like you have to hit close and that's it. So seeing it just fly off into cyberspace was a new thing for me. Hopefully it wasn't just me who didn't know that. Oh, text from my sister. But yeah, so I honestly do value your guys' feedback, things you guys would want to see. Digimon is my main focus for this channel. I plan to get into the TCG as well, especially with Elysian on the horizon. Digimon Up looks interesting. Don't know how good it's going to be, but I have high hopes for Elysian at least. But yeah. Other than Digimon, you know, I might delve into Total War a bit, because I'm also really passionate about that game. Warhammer 3 specifically. And I know this summer we have the End Times DLC coming out. And that is one of the only AAA games I will support currently. I've just been having more fun going back to past games and playing indies. Other than that, Monster Rancher is also a series I've been looking at. Oh, here's one of the bosses, by the way. It is a Megadramon. You know, it was it was Bob. We're seeing Bob again. Only this time he's been brainwashed, and we're gonna have to put him down. I gotta put you down. I'm sorry. Please don't do it. No. Don't do the dance. Don't make it harder than it has to be. You're a real one if you know the animation that's but yeah, also, just in case you make it this far and you didn't know for whatever reason, I stream the game that I'm currently playing every Sunday. Occasionally on a Friday I'll stream painting. We're doing a Trench Crusade campaign, so if I'm painting anyway, might as well hang out with you guys and paint. My webcam is from 2014, so forgive me. It's a bit of a potato, and I have to really jury-rig my setup. Upgrading that will be on the docket. It'll be one of the first purchases I make if I ever get to monetization. If not, I'll probably just try and use my phone or something. Got an iPhone and they're known to have decent cameras. I don't know if mine does necessarily. It's kind of old at this point, but and then eventually I want to have multiple gaming streams. Or rather, I'd like to do a DC Go stream and then keep Sundays for video games. I don't know where to fit the card game stream into, though. The problem I'm running into is I do have a full-time job, you know, 40 hours a week, 4 10-hour days. So during those days, I don't have a lot of free time, even if I crunch real well, because I have to, you know, driving to and from work adds another hour. So realistically, I work 11 hours. And then Fridays, we have a weekly Pathfinder. That one doesn't, Pathfinder 2nd Edition, that one doesn't take up a long time, it's 3 hours. So Fridays I'm a bit more free. I just have to make sure to get my any additional models to my Trench Crusade Warband painted in time for our next campaign round. If you don't know much about Trench Crusade, I can go into that later, or maybe in a different episode. We got really lucky here because JimmyJ was off screen at the time. He was pretty much immune to the Buster Dives that Metal Greymon, who was the last boss in this, before the final boss, he couldn't hit us, so we could just buff up, and the only thing he could really hit us with was Meltdown, which isn't an extremely powerful move, so yeah, we pretty much got 3 full buffs. Was that Megaton Punch? Does Metal Greymon seriously have Megalospark, Meltdown, Buster Dive, and frickin' Megaton Punch? If so, that's sad, because that means he wouldn't have his finisher. How the programming for enemy AI Digimon work is they can have up to 4 moves. Finishers count as a move, though. So if they have 4 normal techniques, like we have Megalospark, Warcry, and I think we have Dynamite Kick, they can't have a finisher. Oh, or he does. I don't know what's going on with this fight, honestly. It's crazy. Crazy! Sorry. Again, sister was messaging me. But yeah, Megalospark has definitely been carrying us. We could probably get away even without the buffing, but, I mean, hey, the buffs help. Yatta! Other than all that, I'm trying to think. Anything else been going on? Oh, the stream this time. Normally, I try to go until 4:30, but I only went to 4 Sunday because, unfortunately, that was the last day to spend with my parents. One of their 3 dogs. He was a German Shepherd Husky mix. He was 12 and a half at that point, and he was blind almost fully. Seemed like he was deaf. He was really struggling to walk with his back legs. You know, it was time. So we gave him the best Sunday we could, and then unfortunately today, which as the time as I'm voice recording right now is Monday, you know, he was. We ended his suffering at the vet. It's really sad, but he had a good long life. You know, bigger dogs, they don't tend to live that long. So, in that aspect, you know, we were fortunate. But it's never easy to have to lose a pet. And I never lived with my parents while they had this dog, but whenever I would visit or come over, he was just an absolute sweetheart. He did this thing where if you scratched right by his tail on his butt, that's all he would want for the rest of my visit. Is he's like, hey, you push the button. You gotta keep scratching. But he would ask for it in an adorable way where he'd just stick his butt next to your leg and look back at you like, you gonna do it? So that's why my Sunday stream this week was 30 minutes shorter than normal. So I figure most people would understand something like that. But just in case, I do like to maintain transparency. I won't obviously dox myself or whatever, but things like that, I feel like it's just better to be honest and upfront about. So now, since we did everything we can really with JimmyJ, I decided just to go make as much money as possible with him. And that's gonna mean we go do the Digimon trades, which, thank God for the fast forward button. I do make use of that on the emulator. I own the physical game, okay? And if anybody over at Bandai's watching, I own this game. I can even prove it anytime. But mostly just because I respect your guys' time even when I'm streaming, and I don't think you want to just sit there watching me train Digimon or, you know, battle the same people trying to learn a technique over and over and over the whole stream, right? Like, yeah, I can. You have me. I'll be talking to you and stuff, but like, I don't know. If it is entertaining to you in normal speed, let me know. Otherwise, in games like this, I'm probably just gonna keep using fast forward when I do emulator games. So, again, that's something I'm not sure what people want to see yet, I guess, because my long form is mostly just cut down VODs, and I haven't gotten any comments on them yet, outside of, you know, a few of my friends that have watched. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know if you make it this far into the series and want to give me feedback. Also in the future, if, like, I don't know, you're coming and watching this 3, 5, however many years in the future and you want to give me that feedback too, please. I'm going to, no matter how big I get, try to keep up even on comments with my old videos. Eventually it might become impossible to do, but I don't think it's going to get to that point anytime soon, so I'm going to try my best, is where I'm getting at. Also, whenever you do this, I think I mentioned it when we did it before, be careful, because as you see, he moves, he rotates around you. Definitely always carry an autopilot with you before you come to trade with him. Otherwise, you will just be stuck inside of his, his skeleton, I guess. I don't know what else to call it. And you won't be able to move. You'll just be stuck there. So without an autopilot, you're essentially soft-locked, or you you're there until the in-game time moves to a point that your Digimon dies of old age, and then you'll be whisked back to Digimon's house automatically. So, I'm not an expert at this game or anything, and my memory's horrible. Like, even if I know how to do something, I don't necessarily know how to speak it, or inform properly, I guess. So, while I'm pretty confident when I'm playing, sometimes I don't know how to convey my thoughts out of my mouth into the words and tell you guys. So it's better it's better for me to have a way to research while I'm streaming. That's why I use a Digivolution calculator, a tech list, and I don't necessarily look up how to get the recruits, but like with Mamemon, I didn't know where he went in the city, so I looked that up on stream. But I do not look up how to get the recruits, because that's not fun. I also completely understand if someone wants to go in blind and just get whatever Digimon they get, right? Like, completely respect that. I'm the kind of person, I like to really dig into the meat and potatoes of how games work. And even if I don't play with that knowledge, like, for instance, in Monster Ranger 2, I know about, you know, raising methods and stuff. I don't necessarily make use of them, but I like learning about them. And then I'm more than happy to share and pass on knowledge to other people, Especially if they're like, oh, yeah, I was thinking about trying the game. And I'm like, oh, here. Do you want some advice? Yeah. And, you know. But, also, spoiler, we got to the point this last stream that I believe this upcoming Sunday will be the final Digimon World 1 stream. So if you want to see the final fight, the last recruit that comes after that final fight, and then the secret final boss, which I will try to do all in that stream, please feel free to join me. It's at I start at 1:30 Central Standard Time and go until 4:30 typically. And I think at this point all I do, now that we got enough money to beat the game, we've got all the unlocks, I'm pretty sure at this point we just go to train JimmyJ. Like, we put all this stuff away, all that important stuff, and restock on supplies, and we just go train JimmyJ, and I think I get everything to 5,000 or 500, and then just pump everything into brains, because I'm trying to learn the last air techniques that he can learn. And if you didn't know, every 50 points of brains you get, you have a chance to learn a technique you don't already know. And it's like in a descending order as well. So you can kind of accurately... No. Everything just has a percentage chance. That's right. I'm thinking of a different game, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. Also, I forgot to change the question of the day from the previous stream for this last Sunday's stream. I apologize for that. I was excited to stream and didn't check. So feel free to comment. I would love to know what your favorite Digimon season of the anime is, or favorite season of the Digimon anime. I swear I know how to speak and write properly. Contrary to what you see on the screen. But yeah. Also, at the beginning of this stream, mostly during this episode, I was contending with our eldest cat. She's 13. She wanted to be in here while I was streaming. The other two are much younger than her and pick on her a bit. So, you know, when we let her into our bedroom at night to sleep with us, or in here while I'm streaming or editing, you know, it's kind of her peace. She can be at complete rest, doesn't have to worry about someone jumping on her and biting her, you know, wanting to play. She wanted on my lap pretty much this entire first episode, so I was also fighting for my life on lap space, and I had to kind of have my controller, because I use a wired Xbox 360 controller. It's just what I've had the longest, and I'm most comfortable with playing on computer, if I use a gamepad. I had to have it, like, resting on her, but that made her think I was trying to pet her, which then made her stand up. So it was a constant battle of trying to not have this cat that I'm worried about falling because she'll hurt herself on my lap. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot. I apologize. I did enter JimmyJ into a tournament just so you guys could see what the Coliseum battles were like. And then from after that, we just purely focus on training him the rest of his life. I don't really like the tournaments in this game, so if I'm not going for an all-medal or whatever, because one of the medals requires you to fight every tournament and win, I just tend to avoid it. The prizes aren't necessarily worth it unless you need giant meat because you didn't save one to trade to Mojimon later, and you got Vegimon. Then it's kind of worth it because you can get giant meat as a prize from Greymon. But I think only if you come in second. So you have to enter not with the idea of winning, but with the idea of coming in second. But I can't explain why I don't really find them fun. It's just, maybe it's the fact that you don't fully heal your HP and MP between rounds. Maybe that's what it is, because if you don't have the right Digimon with the right techniques, it's a real struggle and a real uphill battle. Let me tell you. And you're going to see that. Because the variety of opponents you can find in those fights is also very wide. Like, you could enter a Rookie Cup, and I think you have a chance of certain champions like Gekomon that you have added to the town's arena. Doesn't count as an actual recruit, just goes to fight in the arena. I think they have a chance of showing up even in the Rookie Cups. So you never, ever are safe in those tournaments. Also, since I saw it pop up, the Rest Pillow, Mojimon also sells something called the Red Shoes or Health Shoes or something like that. And the description says, like, it heals your Digimon's HP, maybe MP, for sure HP, when you walk. That is very literal. Those shoes only heal you. Your character actually has a walk animation where you move, you're not running, and it only heals when you're doing that animation. So it makes you waste your time, which wastes your Digimon's lifespan, to heal temporarily. But regardless, we're coming to a close on this particular episode. We're going to end it with going into fight. I have an issue with not realizing if Greymon is, if you have to talk or go in. But hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!